We've been journeying these past few weeks, looking at what it means to be people of life and redemption, looking at Jesus' words, especially in the Sermon on the Mount. But Jesus calls us to is the model of how we treat one another, and this model of forgiveness and reconciliation and trying to bring healing. And we've talked about all kinds of things, about the violence in our society. We've talked about issues of death, the death penalty of when the end of life comes. We talked about the issue of abortion. And we were actually going to be talking today about the issue of our engineering of life. And we're going to actually postpone that because yesterday Wayne and I went to an event looking more deeply at the issue of life in our prison system. And I thought it was really important to talk about that today, and it fit with what we've been doing, especially coming on to the death penalty. So we're going to watch a clip here. And that's, yeah, you guys can bring it up, but we'll need to have the volume up on the board a little more.
Some things are best left unsaid. I like to think they were singing about something so beautiful it can't be expressed in words, and makes your heart ache because of it. I tell you, those voices soared higher and farther than anybody in a great place dares to dream. It was like some beautiful bird flapped into our trapped little cage and made those walls dissolve away. And for the briefest of moments, every last man in Shawshank felt free. It pissed the warden off something awful.
Open the door. Open it up! Young Freddy, open this door! Turn that off! I am warning you, Dufresne, turn that off!
And they got 2 weeks in the hole for that little stunt.
On your feet.
Hey, look who's here. Maestro. Hey. You couldn't play something good, huh? Hank Williams?
They broke the door down before I could take requests.
Worth it? 2 weeks in the hole?
Easiest time I ever did.
Oh, shit. No such thing as easy time in the hole. A week in the hole was like a year. Damn straight.
I Mr. Mozart to keep me company.
So they let you tote that record player down there, huh?
Sit here. Here. That's the beauty of music, babe. Can't get that from you.
love. Hope. Let me tell you something, my friend. Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane. He's got no use on the inside. But if you sit like that, like a rubber stamp.
Anybody know what that was from? Oh, wow, Shawshank Redemption. A lot of folks seen that one. You know, it's a really great movie. Actually, I was reading about it that it wasn't real popular when it came out, but it's just become one of those movies that everybody is touched by. What strikes you in the scene we just watched? Depression. Yeah. Where are they at?
Prison.
They're in prison. They're all in prison.
I'd be depressed too.
Yeah, depressed too. I mean, I don't know. I've thought at times about what would it be like to know that your life is taken away from you. That for years on years, who knows how long to have that freedom taken from you. And so, what is he doing with the music? Yeah. So how did they all even just feel for just a moment? They felt free. They felt free, even for just a moment. And he said, when they locked him in solitary for 2 weeks, he said it was the easiest time he ever did. Right? But what took the other prisoners' grasp when he was talking to them at the table? Hope. I mean, what do we call our community?
Spirit of hope.
Spirit of hope. I think sometimes it sounds nice, it sounds like a nice thing, but to realize how deeply important hope is in the lives of people, and especially for those who are prisoners. And we talked a few weeks ago about the issue of the death penalty and how do we respond to that. And I think one of the things that we did hit was that most people aren't in prison because they did something so terrible that their life might be taken from them, or their whole life locked away. But for years and years they may be there for something they've done. And to question, what actually is happening in our prison system, and what does it do to people, and to think of all these people whose lives and hopes are taken from them. I was substitute teaching a few weeks back in the classroom, and this little girl was in the back room, and she was kind of crying, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she said that teary voice. She said, "My mom's in jail. I miss my mom." And I didn't count the number of other kids in the room who said, "Yeah, my mom or my dad's in jail too." And there was a kid in the front who said, "My dad, I get to see him on Sunday, he's getting out of jail." And he was just so excited that his dad was getting out of jail. When we watch this, we think about the hopelessness of the people there, but think about all the lives that are touched by people who are taken out of our society, who are part of families, for whatever they've done. And, we often think of that we're locking up people who deserve it for things they've done, but I think the reality we don't often face is that while there are people that we need to lock up because we're afraid of them, there's a lot of people we're locking up because we're mad at them. Because we're mad at something they did, and we lock them up, rather than because we're afraid of them that they might do something. And most people are locked up for things that are non-violent. And we've been a part of an effort through our faith community, through our local coalition of other faith communities called Job. There's a part of a statewide coalition called Wisdom. And on your table, actually, there's some things about this, what they're calling 11 by 15. And we were at a presentation yesterday. Wayne and I were up there, and a few other folks from Beloit, listening with what's been going on with the whole issue of the prison system. And I want to share with you a little bit about this, I guess, to kind of maybe enlighten us to what's really going on in our system, especially in Wisconsin, and it's happening across the nation in many ways. Some states are doing better, but for the most part, as a nation, we're really not doing very well on this issue.